Our first sophomore is number 33, Kelsey Hackbart. Kelsey is the daughter of Dan and Lana Hackbart. She played basketball for 2 years at MCC. Her teammates describe her as caring, funny, and reliable. Her fondest memory is every day she got to play the sport she loves and spending time with her team. Kelsey is undecided on a college next year, but plans to keep playing and study radiology. Good luck, Kelsey. Our next sophomore is number 24, Bailey Freeland. Bailey is the daughter of Travis and Angie Freeland. She has played basketball for 2 years at MCC. Her teammates describe her as a leader, outgoing, and encouraging. Her fondest memory is going to the MSU women's basketball game and spending time with her teammates. Bailey is undecided on a college for next year, but plans to keep playing and study education. Good luck, Bailey. Our next sophomore is number 23, Janaea Matthews. Janaea is the daughter of Takesha and Steve Knox. She has played basketball for 2 years at MCC. Her teammates describe her as witty, easygoing, and independent. Her fondest memory is being ranked in the top 10 for rebounding in NJCAA Division II. Janaea is undecided on a college for next year, but plans to keep playing and study either elementary education or social work. Good luck, Janaea. Our next sophomore is number 2, Kamaria Mo Williams. Kamaria is the daughter of Artis and Tamara Williams. She has played basketball for 2 years at MCC. Her teammates describe her as a strong, relentless, and kind. Her fondest memory is helping out with the little kids' camps in the summer. Kamaria is undecided on college next year, but plans to keep playing and study either physical therapy or education. Good luck, Kamaria. Thank you to all these sophomores for all their blood, sweat, and tears over the past 2 years. Your hard work and dedication has never gone unnoticed. You have all left a true Jayhawk legacy here at MCC. We wish you all nothing but the absolute best.
Welcome, sports fans, to Bartels Road Gymnasium here at Muskegon Community College. We got 2 games for you tonight, starting with the women's game between the Jackson Jets and Muskegon Community College Jayhawks. My name is Tom Kendra, and I'm here with my old radio sidekick, Gene Young, and we're expecting a couple of good basketball games, huh, Gene?
Oh, we certainly are. We got veteran officials that are working tonight. There's 3 of them assigned by the league, and this game should be a fairly close game. Community College saying goodbye to 4 sophomores in pregame, and they're ready to tip it, John. Play ball.
And they're underway here. These 2 teams met earlier on January 27th at Jackson. MCC pulling out a 76-73 win. Close game in that one. Oh, a long 3-point attempt there by Freeland is off the mark. Jackson with the rebound. Little turnover there by Jackson. Here come the Jayhawks the other way. In the corner to Kalisa Williams. 3-point attempt off the mark. Freeland with the rebound, put back, no good. Little sloppy early here, Gene.
Yes, it is. Jackson is zone defense. MCC's got to get that balance, and they had 2 wide open threes, and both poorly shot early in this ball game.
Yeah, you mentioned, Gene, the Jayhawks have really had a great year. 18-6 coming into tonight. Really, that outside shooting is key for them, isn't it?
Yeah. This is supposed to be a rebuilding year, but Amanda Parker, who I think should be consideration Coach of the Year in the conference, has done an incredible good job with them. They got a player out tonight, Williams. You may talk about her a little bit. She's one of the keys to their success. They're going to miss her tonight.
Yeah, that's Kamaria Williams out of Reese Puffer, a sophomore, sitting out with concussion symptoms. Yeah, looking at the bench, Gene, there's only 8 Jayhawks dressed tonight. That could be a factor in this game.
Yes.
Out of bounds. Still no scoring here. You know, we're a minute and a half into the game. Very slow start for both teams. A little bit of token full court pressure here for the Jayhawks, and they drop back. Jayhawks playing man-to-man here against the Jets. Missed shot there. Jayhawks battling, come down with the rebound.
Something different, Tom. 4 10-minute quarters instead of the 2 halves. 4 10-minute quarters.
Yeah, I like that format better.
Yeah.
Breaks up the game a little bit. Jayhawks struggling offensively, Gene. They need to get a little more inside-out game. Otherwise, they're not going to get any open looks.
I've seen him go 3-4 minutes without a basket, and I've seen him score 10, 12 points in that same amount of time. They just aren't warmed up yet and haven't figured out how to move that ball.
Oh, there's a steal there by Freeland, but Jackson gets it back on the break. Could be the first bucket of the game, and it is. That's good. That's Chelsea Palmer, the freshman, first points of the game for Jackson. MCC trying to answer here. Unable to get many good looks. There's one by Williams off the mark. Nice rebounding there. Matthews with one, Williams with another there. There's a drive and yet another missed shot.
That's 7 shots they've missed in a row, Tom.
Cold shooting. Oh,
Jackson returns with layups. You can't miss too many of those.
now 4-0 Jackson here in the early going. There's another missed layup by the Jayhawks. Very flat, 2-on-1. Oh, and too high of a pass.
Big break there.
Yeah, you mentioned in the we had a little pregame ceremony honoring the 4 sophomores for the Jayhawks, and they are Kamaria Williams out of Reese Puffer, Janaea Matthews from Mona Shores, Bailey Freeland from Kent City, and Kelsey Hackbart from Tri-County. So they're 4 playing their final, at least regular season home game for the Jayhawks. They may end up with a home game next Tuesday in the conference tournament. There's a high arcing three-pointer, and there we go. There's Kalisa Williams.
If you're going to get the first one, make it a 3, and they did.
Kalisa Williams in the first meeting with Jackson, she put up 28 points. So Jackson knows they're keying on her, I'm sure. She pulls the Jayhawks to within 1. Yeah, the Jayhawks off to a slow start, Gene, but they're using a little bit of this pressure maybe to try to get themselves a little more into the game, you think?
Yes, they're trying to get some flow, and they're also trying to get some early steals, so perhaps they could have some layups.
Shot by Jackson is off the mark. Williams with the rebound. She's bringing it down, looking ahead. There's a long jumper from the corner, well off the mark, but Matthews with a great rebound. And Jayhawks are fouled. That was Hackbart fouled on the way to the basket.
How about a 5'8" sophomore out of Howard City, went to Tri-Counties High School.
She'll shoot 2. There we go. Ties the game at 4. Now she could give the Jayhawks their first lead of the night with this second. Shot is up and good. We got a couple new Jayhawks coming into the game. Samantha Taylor out of Cedar Springs and Taylor Schmidt out of Fowler, a couple of freshman guards.
Yeah, they've been getting more and more playing time, Tom, and last week they came in and they both hot. They finished 8 and 10 points respectively, and they've gained a lot of experience this year as freshmen.
Jackson trying to work the ball inside. Oh, and a neat little flip shot there. Gene, do you ever shoot a shot like that back in your day?
It would have been jammed back in our throat, but she got away with that.
Yeah, that's Chelsea Palmer. She's got all 6 of Jackson's points here. Nice looking three-pointer there by Bailey Freeland.
Freeland, if she's hitting and she's making her three, she can get 5 or 6 a game. She's the pride of Kent City, Michigan. Kent City High School.
They got a good girls basketball tradition there, Gene,
yes,
in Kent
they
City.
do.
That's one of the neat things about community college. They always have a good mix, it seems, of the urban kids from Muskegon, Reese Pupper, and some of the rural players.
Yes.
And that makes for a good combination. Oh, ill-advised pass there inside, turnover for the Jayhawks. Ball goes back to Jackson. More substitutions for the Jayhawks here. Like I mentioned, they only have 8 players dressed for tonight's game. Everybody's going to play and hopefully stay out of foul trouble as well. Sydney Brown bringing the ball up for the Jets. Oh, and there's a nice basket there by number 42, Kelsey Underheil, freshman. And Jackson retakes the lead, and there's another turnover for the Jayhawks.
Got to keep those turnovers down, and your goal is to get a high percentage shot each possession. Jayhawks have failed to do that about 50% of the time so far. We got 3:48 left in the first quarter.
9-8. Jackson leads by a point. Thought about it. Spots up and a nice shot there. Sydney Brown, the freshman with a three-pointer, extends Jackson's lead to 12-8 with 3:30 left in the first. Oh, and a nice little drive along the baseline there and shot and bucket by number 12, Samantha Taylor.
She hails out of Cedar Springs High School.
All right, and right back comes Jackson. Not very good transition defense by the Jayhawks. Chelsea Palmer with another bucket. She's got 8 points already. She's a 6-footer for Jackson.
Jackson remains in that zone defense.
Oh, and there's a steal. Here comes Kalisa Williams trying to defend. Nice job, but Palmer with a great rebound, and she's fouled. You know, we mentioned, Gene, the Jayhawks this year, 18-6. They're 12-4 in the Western Conference, puts them in 3rd place. Kalamazoo's got a hold on first at 15-1, but MCC's battling Lake Michigan for 2nd, and a win here would put them in position to possibly finish 2nd in the league. Oh, and a nice high arcing three-pointer.
Boy, Jackson has been
Tessa
hot.
Stagemeyer.
A couple threes the last 2 possessions, and they build up a nice 7-point lead with 2:30 left here in the first period.
Yep, this is kind of a dangerous point. And look at another turnover for MCC. Just an ill-advised pass. Jackson picks it off, and Jackson's looking to really extend the lead here. Shot is off the mark. Kalisa Williams with the rebound. She's pushing it here, looking for an opening, and another turnover. Jackson coming back, and Sydney Brown with a nice left-handed layup. 19-10, and Amanda Parker's seen enough. She wants a timeout with 1:57 left here in the first quarter. Jackson leading 19-10. And we're back here at Bartels Road Gymnasium, and Gene, the Jayhawks very flat coming out today.
Well, horrible passes. You can't throw through a person's body. That they're just not in sync right now, and she's got most of her starters back in. Let's see.
There's a beautiful looking three-pointer there from the corner.
Yeah, that's
by Taylor Schmidt out of Fowler.
She last week made about 3 of those, and she's capable. They need someone to make their threes. They got to cut down on turnovers.
There's a heave from the Jackson off the mark. Rebound MCC. Yeah, Gene, some of these Jayhawks have great form on their outside shot. Working the ball around. There's a three-point attempt. Oh, and another one. There's 2 in a row for MCC.
That three could shoot you quickly back in the ball game, Tom.
Yeah, you're right. It sure can. That was Kelsey Hackbart. They're one by Schmidt, one by Hackbart, and just like that, Jayhawks are back to within 3, 19-16, with less than a minute to play in the first. Here MCC comes back with a chance to perhaps tie the game with another three-pointer.
We got 45 seconds left.
That shot's off. Rebound out to Hackbart. She misses Johnston with another rebound for MCC, and there's Freeland off the front of the iron.
Boy, 3 shots, John, but they got possession of the ball, a new clock, and 31.4 seconds left in the first period.
Yeah, the Jayhawks are really a perimeter-oriented team, aren't they, Gene?
Yes.
Not a whole lot of size inside.
No, and they love to shoot the three, but they've got capable three-point shooters.
And there's Freeland. There's one of them, and she's long on that. Jackson racing down the court. Scramble on the floor. Freeland on the ground. What do we have here? Timeout.
Timeout should be MCC's possession with 11.5 left, Tom Kendra.
Yeah, and we got ourselves a competitive ball game anyway. If MCC can clean up some of those turnovers, they should be fine.
The little Williams gal who is set down by the medical staff because of the repercussions of a possible concussion, they list her at 5'5". She's 5'4". What makes her look 5'6" is that hairdo. And she's incredible. She gets offensive rebounds and putbacks at that size. Trainer said she weighs 112 pounds. She's an excellent student and looking to play next year. A couple colleges interested in her, but they do miss her tonight.
They miss her aggressiveness. I can
Yes.
see that. There's her cousin, Kalisa Williams, came up with that rebound. And the shot is off the mark, and that's the end of the first period here at MCC with the visiting Jackson Jets holding a 19-16 lead. All right, we're back here at Bartels Road Gymnasium. Tom Kendra here along with Gene Young doing a Michigan Community College Athletic Association Western Conference game. The visiting Jackson Jets, they hold the lead 19-16 over the MCC Jayhawks.
Well, MCC got a horrible start, but they're starting to play a little better. Got to cut down on the turnovers, poor passing, but also got a little shoot better from the three. They're getting plenty of three-point shots. They're just not nailing them.
Yeah, there's a turnover, so MCC gets the ball back. Had a conversation before the game with Jackson coach Heather Brown. She's a second-year coach, young coach, just like Amanda Parker, and they have a little bit more to play for tonight, Gene. If they're able to win this game, they need a win or two to qualify for the state tournament. MCC's already in, so maybe they have a little more incentive. They're certainly playing with a little more desire so far. MCC doing a good job of getting second chance points, just can't find a bucket there. Haven Johnston came down with the rebound, and she was called for traveling, and Jackson will get the ball back.
Well, a couple missed shots. They missed the rim. Some were 3 foot off, and then a turnover. So if you're struggling on offense, then you got to play up-tempo defense and just shut them down, keep them from scoring.
MCC looks like they're playing man-to-man defense, almost like a matchup zone, though. They're kind of switching their defenses up here. Jackson, good penetration there by number 32, Tessa Stagemeyer.
Boy, nobody stepped
sophomore
up.
From Napoleon. Good-looking player, 5'9". Nice left-handed drive to the basket there, Gene.
Yes.
Kalissa Williams working the point right now for the Jayhawks. She gives it over to Matthews with a shot from the top of the key. Bounces off, rebound to Jackson.
Good block.
She goes back up strong, miss, rebound to Hackbart. Looking ahead here. She dishes off to the corner, and there's a jumper for Freeland. Misses. Nice, another good offensive rebound, Gene.
They're getting
the
shots.
Jayhawks.
It's not the fact they're not getting shots, they're just not making them. If you're struggling, you can still stay in the ballgame if you make your free throws, so she's got a couple right here. See what she does.
All right, nicely done. That's Kelsey Hackbart, the sophomore from Tri-County. Hits the first of two. We'll make another. Haven Johnston leaves the game. Samantha Taylor from Cedar Springs back in the game. Second one is up, and it rolls out. Jackson leads 21-17 here with 8:10 to play in the first half. Nice deflection there by Janaea Matthews. Kalisa Williams picks it up. Leads him down the court. Matthews. She's blocked as she attempted to roll to the hoop. Another drive to the basket there by Stagemeyer, and this time she was called for a foul as she went up with the left hand.
She's very aggressive, not afraid to take it in traffic, and result, she gets a couple free throws.
First one is up, and it's too strong, but it bounces right through the hoop. 22-17 now in favor of the Jets. We mentioned, Gene, this is the last regular season home game for the Jayhawks, but they will be playing a conference tournament game next Tuesday.
Well, they earned the right with their outstanding record to play beyond the regular season. That's quite an honor for the girls and the coaching staff.
And, there weren't high expectations of this team coming into the year, but I'd have to say they've really overachieved at 18-6. Williams dishes inside. Shot by Taylor is a miss. Jackson with the rebound. Brown brings the defense to her, kicks it out for the wide open three, but it misses. Kalissa Williams with the rebound. She's pushing it. Freeland with a three. Ooh, and it's jammed in on the rim, and that'll be a jump ball. Possession stays with the Jayhawks. Looking at the rosters here for Jackson, there's no, once in a while these other community colleges in the state will pick up some area kids. We don't have any area kids playing for either the Jackson women or men's teams.
Well, we've had during the year a couple from Orchard View, two from Muskegon, and they seem to find their spot outside of Muskegon. You wonder why, but sometimes kids get more of a thrill leaving the area than playing for their hometown.
Yeah, it's too bad. We'd like the good ones to stay right here. It's a great place to play, develop your skills. Oh, and a nice three-pointer there by Kalissa Williams.
Needed that, John.
Nothing but net from
that.
the corner. You're right, Gene. And the Jayhawks back to within 3, 23-20, with 6:30 left in the first half. Yeah,
it's obvious that Palmer, a 6-footer, is left-handed, very strong left-handed, and they got to play her over half a person to keep her from that driving layup to the basket.
She's back at the free throw line, and she misses the front end. She'll get one more here, shooting foul. And she gets the second one, so she extends Jackson's lead to 4 points, 24-20, 6:20 left in the first half. they're still playing that zone. That's been pretty good to them, but Jayhawks need to shoot them out of it. There's a missed three-pointer from the corner by Taylor, out of bounds to Jackson.
When Palmer and a couple teammates form that little boxing out under the basket, it's really hard for MCC to get that second shot, but they're going to have to crash the boards and try to, unless you start making those out-court three attempts.
That's right, missed by Jackson. Janaea Matthews with the rebound, gives it to Williams, who's pushing, and another turnover there. Back to Jackson. You know, you talked about in the past how area players have gone to other community college schools. Really now there's no reason for top players from Muskegon not to come here. Great coaching by Amanda Parker and Dave Schlump. I mean, you look at the men's team, over 20 wins. The women's team, almost 20 wins. It's a good era right now for MCC basketball.
Well, it's also a wonderful institution. And if they got a 3-5, they can play under the Muskegon promise and go to school free, completely free.
That's pretty good in this day and age with the cost of college. So missed three-pointer there by MCC. Jackson back on the attack here. MCC trying to turn up the defensive pressure. The other thing about the Western Conference, there's 10 teams in the Western Conference. So the men with a win tonight would clinch at least a share of that title. That's pretty impressive.
It certainly is. And both teams were in the
offensive
rebuilding mode from last year. They both have sprung out of that and have outstanding records.
And that's something when you look at MCC, a little over 4,000 students. Some of these schools, Grand Rapids and Lansing, have almost 3 times as many students as the Jayhawks, but yet they're winning games. And there's a nice drive to the bucket by Samantha Taylor.
One of the first baskets driving to the bucket. Most of their offense has been shooting from out court, Tom.
Yeah, it's nice to see. Actually, that was Taylor Schmidt there from Fowler with the drive. But you're right, Gene. You can't just shoot three-pointers all game long. You got to either have something going to the basket or a post presence. And that was nice to see there for the Jayhawks. And there's a miss. Williams with the rebound, but she loses it on the floor. Jackson gets it back. And there's a drive, and kind of a ticky-tack foul. Zoe Glass driving to the hoop, and she'll be at the line for 2 shots. Again, here, 4 minutes to play in the first half. Jackson leading 26-22. And the first shot by Glass is perfect.
Boy, nice form. The fine shooter.
Like we mentioned, MCC only dressing 8 players tonight. Mo Williams being held out with concussion symptoms. Hopefully she'll be back for the game later this week at Ancilla College. They missed the free throw, but Jackson comes down with the rebound. And there's a three-pointer from the corner. Short, out of bounds to MCC.
3:51.
Key little stretch here, Gene. The Jayhawks trail by 5 here in the latter stages of the first half. It would be nice to see this 5-point lead get closed down to nothing, or instead of being extended in the other direction.
There's a real psychological advantage to go in at halftime ahead, and that's what Amanda Parker would like to see out of her Jayhawks.
There's Freeland with an open 3, and that's the way to do it.
Yeah. When she's in the groove, she's just a fine shooter. Doesn't think, gets the ball and fires it up with a good arc on it. Fine shooter.
Yeah, I don't know why Jackson gave her room there, and Bailey Freeland made them pay. There's a miss, but an offensive rebound for Jackson. Nice defense there by Janaea Matthews, and she gets the rebound. And here come the Jayhawks with a chance to tie with a 2-pointer or take the lead with a 3. Or turn it over.
Yes.
That's been the problem so far. Jackson working it around the perimeter. There's a 3 from the corner for Jackson, nothing but air. Johnston with the rebound for the Jayhawks. She gives it to Williams, who looks ahead to Freeland. She kind of got caught on the baseline and traveled.
She kicked her foot out like she tripped on that painted line on the floor. Good idea. She wanted to go under the basket and scoop it back off the glass and lost her balance. Well, they're down by 2 with 2:28, so they're trying to get that lead before halftime, Mr. Kender.
Yeah, and really, having not played real well, I think they got to be pleased if they went into halftime tied or close to it. Trying to keep the ball away from those inside post players. Good job that time. Nice aggressive drive there by Zoe Glass.
One-handed underhand scoop, and it was good. Kind of cute little move out there.
Yeah, brings the Jackson lead back to 4 points here with 2 minutes left in the first half. Freeland thought about it, passes it off. Another dangerous pass, but it got through. In the corner, and there's a nice bucket there.
A player doesn't get many minutes. Her first shot.
Can you pronounce her last name there, Gene, for me?
No, I.
Nicole, nice bucket there out of St. Louis, the middle of the mitten. Nice. Oh, that's pretty impressive to come off the bench like that and just your first shot, nothing but net. Jayhawks now within 2, coming down the court. Freeland with it, gives it off in the corner, and there she is again with another shot. That one just misses. 1 minute to go. Oh, and a nice steal there by Freeland. Gives it up. Nice drive and a foul there. That was Taylor Schmidt.
I'll tell you, the non-starters, Taylor and Schmidt, get a lot of playing time and have gotten quite a bit the last 5 or 6 games. They're not afraid to shoot the ball.
No.
And they got a lot of confidence in their shot. They hustle. Just freshmen, and they're going to get many more minutes next year.
Yeah. Nice looking shot there by Taylor Schmidt. You're right. You look at Samantha Taylor out of Cedar Springs, Taylor Schmidt from Fowler, Calissa Williams, Haven Johnston. Those are the freshmen that they're going to have to build around next year. And there's another free throw and 2 perfect free throws, and we have ourselves a tie game, Gene, 29-29 with 50 seconds left here in the first half. So the Jayhawks, after falling behind by as many as 9 points, have fought back, and they've tied the game here as we approach halftime. Oh, nice defense there by Haven Johnston. She stood straight up and forced the turnover.
Good to get a turnover on Palmer. She's been a force to reckon with, both offensively and defensively in rebounding, and they got to overplay her, the fact she's left-handed.
Yeah, Johnston with a good job of staying in front of her and not letting her, get in there for a layup or hook shot. Ball out of bounds there. Jayhawks will keep possession here. Tie game, 29-29 with 25 seconds left in the half. Johnston, a nice looking shot from the elbow there. She doesn't score a whole lot.
No, she turned and fired a little short jumper, and guess who has the lead, Tom Kendra?
The Jayhawks for the first time, maybe the whole half, 31-29. And here they come, time running out here. Will they get a shot off? And they do. It'll be good if it goes, but no, just off the mark there by Taylor Schmidt. But Gene, the Jayhawks put on a rally. They were down by 9 points, but they rallied to take a 31-29 lead here at the half.
We're going to take a break at halftime, and we'll be back with the second half. We're at halftime, and Coach Etzel, boy, you got a slow start there.
Yeah, we, they sat in the zone, and we got some open looks. We just couldn't knock any down, and that's kind of part of the game. So.
Well, you missed the Williams gal, and it affects, I think, your rotation a little bit.
It does.
And even though she's 5'5", she probably would have had a half a dozen rebounds the way.
Yeah, she's one of the best rebounders, not only in the conference but on our team. And she's just an energy kid. She gets out and runs, and she brings a lot to this team, so we're definitely missing her, especially today. So
The Palmer gal seems to be the big offensive thrust, and I kept saying on the air, she's left-handed, she's going to go that way, get a half a step over, and I think if they do, they can shut her down, because when she wants to go to that basket, if you're in the way, she's going to try to go over you and get a charge. So that would be a key with her. But the thing that boy, you had some good open look threes.
just got to knock them down, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
They're playing hard. They have a lot to play for. I mean, they're playing for a chance to get into the tournament, and we knew that. We knew they'd come play hard, and we kind of started flat, which is not what I expected, especially on sophomore night. But hopefully we found a little energy, and a couple shots fall, and that usually changes the whole energy. So.
Well, I like your non-starters. Taylor and Schmidt shot 3 out of 6
Yeah, she's
for
playing great.
7 points, and they both contributed, and that really helps you because it gives your sophomores a chance to rest because it is an up and down game. And
yeah,
let's
especially with
face-
only 8 kids. I mean,
Yes.
everybody's got to contribute. That's what we tell them. And Taylor's been doing great in practice. She's been working hard, and she's earned all that playing time, and she'll get some more in the second half for sure.
Well, I could hear him yelling, the coach Amanda, at halftime of last week. Let's hope that they come out and play the same game they played last week. That second half was one of your better ones in the whole season.
Yeah, and hopefully we do it again, and we got to find a way to do it in the first half too, so get it all together. But hopefully it'll be a better second half, and we'll see what happens.
I know it's a little premature, but I want to tell you that what a job you guys have done this year. I kept telling Tom Kendra it was a kind of a rebuilding year, and you didn't know some of these sophomores that are stars now did not get that much playing time or score that many points, and they've developed them, and a lot of the credit goes to you and Amanda. So a little premature congratulations.
No, I appreciate that, but it's all the kids, man. They work so hard. They work hard every day in practice. They lifted, they ran. It's a good group of kids, so it made it easy on us.
Yeah. Well, let's have 20 minutes of Jayhawk basketball and a
Sounds
victory.
good.
Thank you
all right,
for
go
coming,
Jayhawks.
Coach.
Thank you.
We're going to welcome back to the microphone the play-by-play announcer, Mr. Tom Kendra. And Tom, we're looking for a good, well-played second half on the Jayhawks.
Yeah, absolutely. This is kind of fun, Gene, isn't it? You
Yes,
get
it is.
good basketball, and it's still the best value in town. Free admission.
Get some Kathy Ronkema popcorn. You can't beat that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so here we are, 31-29. Jayhawks leading as we start the second half. Now, hey, MCC had too many turnovers in the first half. Jackson starts off with a turnover, a travel on the baseline. Jayhawk basketball. Yeah, looking at the first half stats, Gene, Taylor Schmidt off the bench. We called her name a few times.
Yes.
The freshman from Fowler leads the Jayhawks with 7 points at the half. There's a Hackbart with a miss from the top of the key. Jackson with the rebound. In addition to Schmidt, there were 3 Jayhawks with 6 points. Kalisa Williams, Bailey Freeland, and Kelsey Hackbart, all with 6 for the Jayhawks. There's a nice little jumper by number 34, Chelsea Palmer.
Well, you can't let her dominate the game. She's a legitimate 6-footer, and she had a big first half. You got to shut her down.
Yep, she leads all scorers now with 13 points. As we have a tie game, 31-all. There's an open 3 and a nice shot by Hackbart. Like you mentioned, Gene, Hackbart, the sophomore from Tri-County, and Freeland, the sophomore from Kent City. You give those guys some room,
Yep.
they'll knock down the three-pointer.
Yes, and you don't have to be from a big school to shoot threes. They certainly aren't, and they're sophomores and they're honor students. They've had quite a career here.
Yeah, there's a miss by Jack. Nice little fast break there by the Jayhawks. That's the first time we've seen them get out in the open, and Kelsey Hackbart finishes the break with a layup. Nice little run by the Jayhawks here. All of a sudden they lead by 5, 36-31. Much more energy here from the Jayhawks than they did when opening the game. Nice defense there by Janaea Matthews. Jayhawks will keep it. You know, that's good interior defense, Gene. That's the kind of, you know a little something about interior defense. You can't let these people, you got to keep them in front of you.
Yeah.
And Matthews did a good job of it that time.
Nothing wrong with a little bumping and The elbow gently on your side, and if it's, just to let them know that you have a physical presence on defense.
Gene Young was known for his physical play back in the day. I've heard that from a few different
I could cut a
former
cake,
opponents.
cut the cake with my elbows.
Ooh, there's a nice job that time by Palmer, splitting the defense. Couldn't get it to fall though. Jayhawks back with it. Williams playing inside all of a sudden, kicks it to Freeland. She thought it was good, bounces off. Jackson with the rebound, and they get a foul on Hackbart there for the Jayhawks. We see some of the men's team starting to roll in here. An incredible year for the men. That's a big story coming up after this game. The MCC men, with a victory tonight, would clinch at least a share of the 10-school Western Conference title. So an incredible year for the men. The women are doing well themselves at 18-6. There's a missed shot. Williams with the rebound for MCC, looking up, driving down the court. Oh, and a nice job kicking it in to Johnston. She couldn't quite handle it, gets her own rebound, and she's fouled, and she'll shoot 2.
Give her credit. She worked the boards.
You know, Johnston, she's going to be a key player. We'll see how she develops. She's a 5'11 freshman from Kalamazoo Loy Norix. You know, hasn't scored a whole lot of points this year, but next year she could be asked for a much bigger role.
Well, she's got the size, and she also has to work on her offense, but she's got a couple good moves. I think she's got a little stronger and get a little tenacious on the boards, but it's tough to have that heavy concentration.
She gets 1 of 2 from the free throw line there, and the Jayhawks lead is now 6 with 6:43 to play in the third period here. Jayhawks trying to get a win and potentially get into second place in the Western Conference. They're battling Lake Michigan for that second spot. There's a miss. Bailey Freeland with the rebound. Jets only have 1 bucket so far in the first 4 minutes here of the second half. Oh, nice looking shot. Misses, but an offensive rebound there.
Nice.
There we go. That's Haven Johnston, who we were just talking about.
Use that 5'11 frame. As soon as she got down with it, she went right up strongly, laid it off the glass for a big 2-point bucket.
Jayhawks lead by 8, turning up the defensive pressure here. Oh, cross-court pass knocked away by Kalissa Williams. Jackson will retain possession. I think Amanda Parker and Jaron Edsel, the coaching staff, they may have let the Jayhawks have it a little bit. They're playing inspired here in the second half. A little too inspired there. Foul on Kelsey Hackbart with the hands. It'll be out of bounds to Jackson.
Yeah, that's her second foul. He's a little safe on that. Doesn't want to put the third one in this quarter, though.
Nice.
Boy, you throw a pass 2 feet away and give Palmer a chance to shoot a layup. Where's the defense? Come on, Community College.
There. Again, we didn't see this in the first half either, Gene. The Jayhawks are consciously going inside to Haven Johnston, the 5'11 freshman. And she's back at the free throw line again with 2 shots for the Jayhawks. You know what's amazing about this MCC team, Gene, is they only have two players over 5'8".
Yes.
Janaea Matthews, a 5'10 sophomore, and Haven Johnston, a 5'11 freshman who just missed the first of 2. She'll get a second, but I mean, in spite of that lack of height, like you said, Amanda Parker, second-year coach, they found a way to win 18 games, so that's really something.
Well, when they're rebounding, they basically are just hustling. They're just throwing their body and wanting that ball. And then to see the 5'5 Williams girl rebound, she's the best rebounder in the team.
You know, it seems like basketball has changed, Gene. I mean, it used to be you had to have a big guy to have a chance. Now you look at a team like Michigan State this year, they don't have much height at all. They're doing well. It's just a different game, maybe, with the three-pointer. Could that be the reason?
Well, what strikes me, Tom, is they're shooting the three-pointer 4 feet beyond the circle.
Yes.
I mean, they're making the three-point a very big part of your offense. And when you got a couple players that can shoot that three, it just, remember, 5 trips down, shooting a three is 15 points. That's a lot of points. And that's where they're catching up with teams. They're pulling ahead and winning games.
All right, there's a miss there on a wide open shot by Jackson, out of bounds to Community College. We're about at the halfway point here of the third period, and MCC leads 40-33, and this is quite a change. Early in the game, Jackson was ahead by 9 points, and so really a 16-point swing here as the Jayhawks have really started to play better. As soon as I say that, we have a turnover. Ball back to Jackson. MCC still in that man-to-man defense. Jackson's done most of its damage on the inside. The 2 big girls, Palmer and Stagemeyer. Oh, that time an ill-advised pass.
Both teams had 11 turnovers in the first half, Tom. And if Community College can be around 5 or 6, it's really going to help their scoring and possibly a win tonight. They can't duplicate that and have 11 or 12 turnovers here in the second half.
Oh, there's an air ball from Freeland. Another big thing, MCC with, driving to the hoop. Ball hard to the floor. Zoe Glass will go to the line for 2 shots. But looking at those stats from the first half, Gene, MCC with twice as many three-pointers as Jackson. They had 6 three-pointers compared to just 3 for Jackson, and so that's a 9-point difference right there in from the three-point arc.
Another stat that's weird is you shoot 27.8 from 2, and from the three-point range you shoot 30%. Figure that one out.
So what does that tell you?
They live and die by the three-pointer, and I think you're going to see more of that here in the second half.
And with the smaller lineup, not only is that you're forced to do that, but then you get more longer rebounds.
Yes.
And so it's really, I don't know if that's Amanda Parker's. Oh, Melissa Williams a little loose with the ball, lucky to get it back there at the point. I don't know if Amanda Parker's, that's her coaching style, is the three, or if she's doing that just based on her personnel. But
boy, a little
beautiful
floater on the baseline by Smith. Tremendous basket, tremendous coordination.
I'm really impressed with her tonight, James.
Yes. They tell me every practice she plays 110%. She's earned her minutes, and she's really become an excellent player. The other thing is, the people in Fowler, downtown Fowler, are talking about her at the coffee shop. That's a big deal.
That's great, and hopefully there's a few of them here tonight. She has given the Jayhawks a 9-point lead, but there's a nice bucket there by Sydney Brown, and it's now 42 for MCC, 35 for Jackson here. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Looking to Matthews, gives it off to Johnston. A little more inside-out game for the Jayhawks here in the second half. Long three-pointer by Williams is off the mark. And Jackson is trying to make a little run here. They almost threw it away, but they save it, and then we get a travel.
Jackson has only scored 6 points in this quarter, and we got 2:38 to play.
Yeah, I credit a lot of that to much more intense defense coming out of the half by the Jayhawks.
Yes.
Oh, there's Schmidt thought about it. Now they go back inside to Johnston. Oh, nice block there by Jackson. Oh, and they get a foul on the three. We're going to get 3 free throws here for Jackson.
22.
Unnecessary there, Gene.
Yes.
Like you said, 3 free throws. They can get back into this game in a hurry. Jayhawks lead by 7 here. Looking for their 19th win of the season and their 13th conference win.
Free throws are dangerous because the clock is stopped when you make them, and it just cuts the deficit.
That's Zoe Glass, the freshman from Mason, very aggressive player. And she's got 2 more here. High arcing is off the mark. Substitutions for MCC. Like I said, they only have 8 players, and they've used all of them, Gene.
Well, right now, Amanda's got 3 starters on the bench, and I think she'd like to keep them there to the 4th period, give them a good rest, extra minute or 2.
Yep, that makes a difference. That sometimes you don't notice that as a fan, but coaches are always aware of the fatigue. If you're out of breath, you're not much use on the basketball court. Looking inside, nice little play. Oh, and there's a turnover. Turnover bug in the last few minutes has come back to bite the Jayhawks, and it's allowed Jackson to get right back in this game. But there's a turnover by Jackson. MCC leads 42-37, 1:44 left to play in the third.
Little hook shot short.
Long pass inside, knocked away. Missed layup by Jackson. They keep possession. Oh, and muscled in there by number 34, Chelsea Palmer, and they're within 3.
Yeah, missed 3 seconds in the paint. They were in there about 6 or 7.
You don't see 3 seconds called much anymore, do you?
No.
Did they call it a lot in your era?
Yes.
Yeah, it seemed like they called it a lot more back in the olden days, shall we say. Jackson now, they could tie it with this 3-pointer from the corner, and it misses. Looked like over the back there. No call. MCC gets the ball. That's Samantha Taylor kicking it up to Freeland. Out of bounds, MCC will keep possession.
Well, in the old days, Tom, you would post up and come out and receive the ball from the guard as the center. You just don't see that anymore.
Yeah, now they're camped out on the block,
yes.
It seems like.
And you shoot the 3 and you go for the rebound.
Here in the waning seconds here of the third quarter. Nice.
Oh, good.
Nice aggressive move
Yeah.
by Haven Johnston.
Yeah.
Good to see her.
Yes. She's a big physical specimen. Beautiful young lady, and she used her height there.
Jayhawks by 5, but they give up an easy one the other way. They've got to know Chelsea Palmer is the #1 weapon for Jackson. They can't allow her to get the ball inside that easily. Okay, 5 seconds to go. MCC looking for a final shot. Time running out. They're not going to get it. And that's the end of the third quarter. 10 minutes to go here, Gene, and MCC leads Jackson 44-41.
Tom, I think a real key to this 4th period is Amanda's got to keep fresh players on that floor. You know, she's rotating, and you got to play your sophomores and you get into the money type of the game in the last 3-4 minutes. So we'll see how she plays her limited 8, and this game I think is going to go down to the wire.
Yeah, I think you're right. She was able to, like you mentioned, get some of those starters some rest there at the end of the third. Oh, there's a quick travel there on the Jayhawks. She was able to get some of those starters that rest there at the end of the third. So I think the beginning of the 4th is a key part of the game for MCC. Jackson with the ball, down 3, bringing it up the court here. Working it around the perimeter. Oh, and there's a nice steal by Kelsey Hackbrand. She brings it all the way in. Hackbart with a nice steal and layup.
You know what? She's really improved as a player. She's got showed a lot of poise on that steal and using her body to screen for that layup.
All right.
Jayhawks want to run.
Yep, they do. They a little too strong, but a wide open three here. Oh, in and out, but nice battle for the rebound there by Samantha Taylor. She brings it out.
Lucky on that. Freeland tried to throw it through a player.
And there's Kalissa Williams back in the game. We mentioned earlier when these two teams played earlier on January 27th in Jackson, Kalissa Williams had 28 points as MCC won by 3. Kick in and out to Freeland for 3, and it's good.
Doesn't she have a nice release?
Just a beautiful form.
Good arc on the ball, and it's soft. It goes near that rim. It's going down.
Yeah, and like we mentioned, out of that Kent City program, they great girls basketball, and there's a quick answer back by Sydney Brown with a 3 of her own from the corner. Nice strong take to the basket there by Samantha Taylor, but too strong. But they get Jackson for a travel in the backcourt, and MCC gets the ball back, leading by 5 with 8:32 left in the game. Oh, and a beautiful three-pointer there.
That's a tough shot deep in the corner. Bridges shoots those at Michigan State.
Mm-hmm. And Kalissa Williams shoots them here.
Yes, Tom. Good comment.
Looks like we got a foul on the Jayhawks. You know, you made some good points there, Gene, talking about fatigue within a game. I think, you know, there's also fatigue within a season. And, you know, February can be a long month for these kids with school and with. But here, as we get to the end of the month, now it's crunch time. MCC with some big games. You know, they play at Ancilla on Wednesday, but then we have the state tournament on Saturday, regionals next week. So this is crunch time.
That's her second straight 3 from the corner.
They better get on Sydney Brown there in the corner. She just popped in 2 of them there. She's keeping Jackson in this game. Down 5.
Oh, nice pass.
Great look inside, and from Freeland to Samantha Taylor, and Taylor is a little too strong on the layup. And it's too bad because that was a beautiful play. Jackson now working it around, back inside, good position. Rebound there by Palmer. It's no good. MCC back on the attack. Kalissa Williams. Kind of an ill-advised. Probably should have brought it out there. It was a 2-on-3. MCC ball. The Jayhawks lead 52-47 here at Bartels Road Gymnasium over Jackson with 7:15 to play. But you get the feeling, like you said, Gene, that this game could very well go down to the final minute.
Yeah. 2 even teams, and
be nice to get a win here on sophomore night for the 4 sophomores for the Jayhawks. Off the mark, looked like Johnston was fouled there, no call.
Officials haven't really called a lot of personal fouls in this game.
No, I think they've done a good job, you know.
Yeah, let the kids play.
You know, it's good officiating when you hardly really notice that they're out there, and that's kind of how it's felt tonight.
Yeah, good point. Very good point. The first half, a total of 7 personals were called, 3 on Jackson and 4 on Muskegon.
Williams open in the corner for a wide open 3, and it's good.
Hey, she owns that corner. She owns that corner.
Wow, great looking arc on that shot. Nothing but net.
Yeah, a feature story on that young lady, I would hope someday. 2 years struggling, not playing basketball at Reese Puffer. Now she's back.
Yeah,
and
2 devastating knee injuries.
Yes. Wonderful young lady. Good student, great family. Ooh.
That's right.
You can't let her have that.
Chelsea Palmer continues to, between her and Sydney Brown shooting from the 3, they're keeping Jackson in this game here. Jackson down by 6. Johnston with a good battle inside. Misses the shot. Jackson with the rebound, and they're fouled as they come down with it.
They're giving the big gal from Jackson easy putbacks. Palmer, and she is a 6-footer and is a physical player and able to just go up, right up over people and through people and get the 2-point easy bucket.
Kalissa Williams really heating up for the Jayhawks here in the second half. It's her cousin, Kamaria Williams, who's sidelined tonight for the Jayhawks with concussion syndromes.
Got to be hard.
It's Kamaria's little sister, Letisa Williams, a star senior guard for Reese Puffer, who will be joining Kalissa next year on the Jayhawks. So the Williams dynasty, and there's the Williams with a steal, but then she turns it right back over. But you know, those Williams girls are aggressive, and that's
yes, they are.
And that's such a good skill in girls basketball. A lot of times in the women's game, they're very tentative, and when you get kids who play aggressive, they can really make a difference.
Boy,
Again, there's Palmer again. She's just racking up the points there underneath the basket. Someone needs to put a body on her. She's scoring too many easy buckets inside. Oh, and there's a turnover on the Jayhawks.
Yeah, bad turnover. 5:20 left in this ball game.
Jayhawks lead 55-51, but it's tenuous. They're letting some of these Jackson players get some confidence.
Yes.
And Amanda Parker's going to use a timeout here and try to get her kids refocused here for the final stretch.
Amanda Parker during that timeout, box out, box out, box out. And she's talking about a young lady named Palmer who's 6 foot and is a physical player, and she pretty much gets out of the basket and gets in position. She can get an offensive rebound and put it in. And she's been too big of a factor here in this ball game.
Yeah, Amanda Parker was screaming that box out. Gene, you could probably hear that over the airwaves, even though we were turned down. Yeah, like she said it, and she said it's not rocket science. Box out. It's fundamentals right there, Gene. And if the Jayhawks, they need to do that if they want to win this game. They lead by 5. Ooh, there's an open 3 for Freeland, and in and out. Boy, she loves that shot on the edge. Another great rebound by Haven Johnston.
Johnston's getting some boards. She had position.
She's having a great second half,
yes,
Gene.
She's
a 5'11" freshman from Kalamazoo Loy Norix. She keeps developing. She'll be a key part of the Jayhawks team next year. Her first free throw is good. Extends the Jayhawks lead to 5 points here with less than 5 minutes to play in the game.
2
free throws are important.
Yes.
That one off the back of the iron, but Janaea Matthews with the rebound. Jayhawks retain possession there. Nice job by Matthews, hustling to get that rebound off the missed free throw. Every possession is big here with less than 5 minutes to go. Freeland with it, gives back into the corner. The 3 is in and out there by Kelsey Hackbart. That would have been a nice one, huh, Gene?
Yes.
But it's not to be, and Jackson has the ball back, trailing by 5.
It's tough when they shoot a 3 and it just rolls around the rim and just spins out. It even goes a little bit deep in the cylinder and still comes out. Why does the ball do that?
That's basketball for you, huh, Gene? And another easy bucket for Chelsea Palmer, the 6-foot freshman. And that's a
precious 3-point lead. 4 minutes to play.
Too close for comfort, that's for sure, Mr. Young.
Each possession, you got to take care of the ball, get a high percentage shot.
There's a nice looking shot off the front of the iron. Johnston battling for it, but Jackson has it. But they almost lost it there in the front court, but they hold on to it. Ooh, a 10-second call there. It seemed like a quick 10 seconds.
It did. He might have been counting by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
I think Jaron Edsel was helping him count there.
Mr. Edsel in his white shirt and tie today looks very formal.
All-time leading scorer at Whitehall High School,
Yep.
Gene. Oh, and a nice drive to the bucket
Oh,
there by
great.
Bailey Freeland. There's a sophomore play for you.
Yes.
She's not much of a driver to the bucket, but she did it nicely there. Jayhawks by 5. A big arcing 3 off the mark. Hackbart with the rebound, and a foul there on Jackson. So Jayhawks lead 58-53, 3:16 left to
Yeah,
play.
That's only the second team foul for Jackson. They don't shoot until the 5th, and so they're going to they can be very aggressive trying to steal the ball.
Okay, sure. Freeland gives it off to Hackbart, out to Williams. Johnston out in the corner. MCC not in a big hurry there.
No,
12
they-
seconds on the shot clock. They lead by 5. Now shot clock's running down a little bit here. Got to look for a shot. Freeland will drive it. No good. Rebound to Jackson. Here they come. 2:40 left in the game.
Got to shut them out a little bit. Don't give them an easy shot.
There's a
Don't
wide
give
open 3,
Yeah.
and it's short. Matthews, another rebound. She's really racking up the rebounds here for the Jayhawks.
Be cautious now. You don't have to come down and fire the ball. You can take a little time. Jackson's still in that zone defense.
Yeah, you wonder how long they're going to stay in that. They need to force the issue. Oh, and a nice take to the basket by Johnston. Drew the foul.
Let's see Palmer, her number foul that is for her. We'll wait for the board to throw it up there. That's her 4th, Tom. And
Yeah, obviously they can't afford to lose
no,
her.
they can't take her out of the game. She's the whole middle, offense and defense. But we can make free throws.
Can ice the game with free throws, but Johnston's first one rolls off. Those free throws are huge in every basketball game. And there's a timeout by Jackson here, trailing by 5 with 2:14 to play. Let's see if the Jayhawks can hold on here to get their 19th win of the season and their 13th league win. And we're back here at Bartels Road. We're coming down to the end here of the women's game between visiting Jackson and MCC. Haven Johnston with the second of 2 free throws. It's up, and this one is nothing but net. Jayhawks lead 59-53.
2:14. 2:14, Tom. And 3 fouls on each team, so a foul by Community College will not put Jackson on the line unless it's a shooting foul. Excuse me for interrupting you.
No, that's fine. That's good information there, Gene. It's good to see a game without, 12 fouls per team at this point in the game. And there's a drive to the bucket, a big hoop for
Uncontested.
Jackson. Number 10,
uncontested.
Kirsten Montesinos, the sophomore, cuts the lead to 4. Feed inside to Matthews. She wasn't ready to shoot. There's Williams with a wide open 3 off the front of the rim. Rebound to Jackson. They're driving. They can cut it to 2 here with a bucket. Nobody's picked up the shooter. Wide open shot. Luckily, it was off the mark there from Sydney Brown. And the Jayhawks with a minute and a half to go. They lead by 4. Jackson's still in that zone defense. They're, I guess, with only a 4-point lead, they can just play it conventional here. But this is a key possession. Inside, great pass. Oh, and Matthews had an open layup, and it was off the mark. Jackson now down 4. Look, working it around. Glass with it, kicks it back out. And there's a 3 from the top. Off rebound to Bailey Freeland. Less than a minute now to play. MCC by 4.
Get some time, Jayhawks. You don't have to shoot it right away.
Jackson still not in too much of a hurry, doesn't look like. Shot clock down to 10. Williams, she'll take the wide open 3. Just short again. And a rebound by Jackson and a timeout. Jayhawks lead 59-55 with 32 seconds to go. Jackson still has life, Gene Young.
You know, I didn't notice. I did notice that Palmer was on the bench. She didn't foul out, did she?
I don't think so. I think she still has 4 fouls.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, she was not on the floor. She's been their whole team tonight, rebounding and scoring.
It doesn't seem too wise to me, Gene.
No. Amanda's going to put her sophomores on the floor with a couple capable 4th and 5th players, and they got 32 seconds to win or lose this basketball game. Didn't we talk about how close this is going to be at the end?
Yeah, you were right.
Yeah.
You're a prognosticator, Mr. Young, but
not a pretty game. But you know what? They hold it and win. It's called a W. It goes on the left side of the column called W's.
That's right, and at the end of the year, nobody remembers anything other than how many W's and how many L's you have.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned, MCC 18-6 coming into this game. This would be their 19th win of the season. Give them a shot Wednesday to pick up their 20th win, but they got to take care of business here the last 32 seconds. Here comes Jackson trailing by 4. Going to the corner with it. High pass, but they held on. And a turnover. They threw it right to Kalissa Williams, and now they're going to foul her. And Jackson coach Heather Brown is exasperated. That was a terrible pass.
You know what they did is they had Palmer with the Jayhawk defender behind her. They threw it too far to the right. If they just would have thrown it up in the air and she would have received it, she would have had their power move layup to make this game closer. But that was a big turnover. And we got a situation where they're not in a shooting situation yet, and they just committed their 5th, so they go to the line for the first time. In the 4 quarters, Tom, they shoot on the 5th foul of each quarter.
Okay, all righty. It's kind of interesting there. Amanda Parker took out her sophomores, gave them a big hug like a sophomore night thing. This game is still very much active.
I was ready to scream, Amanda, get those back in there.
Kalissa Williams, a nice-looking free throw there, but it bounces off, and the lead remains just only 4 points with 21 seconds, so still plenty of time, actually. There's the second free throw up, and nothing but net. Jayhawks lead by 5, and a timeout by Jackson. But again, a 5-point lead, but with the 3-pointer, a quick 3, and it's a 2-point game, so certainly not over yet here at Bartels Road Gymnasium. We've had a good game. Like you said, maybe not the most well-played game you'll ever see, but certainly competitive.
Well, what would really be fun if they hang on and win this, that's victory number 19. And then regardless of what they do in the tournament, to get one more win, a 20-win season is stamped, I don't care what league it is, success, success, success. And I think Amanda and her assistant took a team that lost a lot of players and rebuilt and hung with some sophomores. A lot of these kids that are now the leading scorers were not that big of scorers last year. They improved immensely and has had a very remarkable season. The other thing is she is just tickled pink. She's got at least 5 or 6 good commitments coming in, and she expects to bring as many as 9 new players in, because basically she hasn't got that many kids returning.
No, and and a lot of local kids coming in, so that'll be fun. Come check out Jayhawk basketball. Jackson now gets it in. 20 seconds to go. They're looking to get a quick shot here. Good defense, though, by the Jayhawks, not giving them anything. There's a 3, much too strong, and out of bounds to the Jayhawks. So things are looking better here, Gene. 11 seconds to go, 5-point lead.
Got to get some help taking the ball out of bounds. And
they get it to Kalissa Williams. She's fouled right away, so she'll go back to the line.
And she's got, look at her grin. She's, I gotta go to this pressure-packed free throw, and I'm ready to do it.
Yeah, like you said, it's great to see her play, and she's got that brace on, but she missed her entire senior year of basketball at Reese Puffer with that torn ACL. Oh, and her first free throw is short. When you get tired, those shots come up just a little bit short. She's got to bend the knees here, get this one in. Second free throw is up, and it is good. 61-55 with 10 seconds to go. Another timeout for Jackson. That'll give them the ball at the half-court mark. here as the Jayhawks try to hold on here.
Nice crowd has assembled for this game, and I'm sure most of them will remain for the boys' game, which will begin 20 minutes after this game. We will take a little break, and the time we go off, we'll be back on the air probably 19 minutes later. How's that?
Yeah, there we go. And like we mentioned before, big men's game tonight. The Jayhawks with a win tonight over Jackson will clinch at least a share of the Western Conference title, the 10-school Western Conference. So could be a huge night for MCC basketball. Jackson inbounds. They got to get a shot quickly. They look in the corner. We'll almost give them the two-pointer. They missed that. Jayhawks with the rebound, 2 seconds to go, and they're going to win this ball game, Gene Young.
Yes, they are.
Great job there. Yeah, last year, Amanda Parker's first year, they were 20-10. This year, this will be their 19th win, a good shot on Wednesday of getting 20 wins again. So, yeah, like you said, they certainly got the most out of what they have this year because it's not a star-studded lineup. Substitution for Jackson, but with just 2.1 seconds, it's academic here at this point. MCC, Nicole Kachany, we'll say.
That's close enough.
She misses the first one.
And we need her to make this free throw, so she will add to her point total.
And that rolls off as well. But there's a final heave, and that's going to do it here. MCC, after falling behind early, they rally and then hold on for a 61-55 victory over the visiting Jackson Jets. So congratulations to the MCC women's team, and hold on for just 20 minutes, and we'll be back with the men's basketball game here from Muskegon Community College.